Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome back to our channel once again. And it is my hope and prayer that this video is going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I am fine, as you can see. Kisumu is fantastic, and maybe you could also let me know where you are watching the video from, the county or the country, in case you are out of the republic. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now clear that William Samoei Arap Ruto, the President of the Republic of Kenya, has unleashed his team to attack Rigathi Gachagua, the Deputy President. For those who've been following the politics of the Republic of Kenya very closely, you should have noted the attack from Oscar Sudi. Oscar Sudi is one of the closest allies of the president. And indeed, I did that analysis here, and I've always told you that anytime you want to get the thinking of the president, just pay very close attention to Oscar Sudi. And of course, we should have also noted the attacks on Rigathi Gachagua from none other than Faruk Kibet. Faruk Kibet is the heartbeat of the president, and therefore the attack was significant politically speaking. You should have also noted the attack from none other than Kimani Ichung'wah. And of course, William Ruto has also met with some selected members of parliament from the mounted with a view of containing Rigathi Gachagua. But the attack directed towards Rigathi Gachagua by none other than Professor Kithure Kindiki is what has caught my attention and is going to form the basis of this analysis. And Rigathi Gachagua is clearly out to respond and to fight back.
Yule anataka kupigana na mimi, karibuni tupigane. It's okay. Karibuni tupigane. Si ndio?
Now that's Rigathi Gachagua, ready for the fight. Let us go back a bit. When William Ruto wanted to pick his running mate, the list narrowed down to two individuals, Professor Kithure Kindiki and Rigathi Gachagua. And majority of members of parliament from the mountain who were supporting William Ruto at that time were for Professor Kithure Kindiki. But as fate would have it, Rigathi Gachagua bulldozed his way, and William Ruto made him the running mate. And of course, they won the presidency. William Ruto is now the president. Rigathi Gachagua is the deputy president. And immediately they took over. William Ruto laid some traps for Rigathi Gachagua, which he didn't realize at that time. One of the traps was to continue attacking the president and the family. The former president and the family. That is the Kenyatta family. And that's why recently you should have noted Rigathi Gachagua trying to apologize. Of course, Rigathi Gachagua was also made to be the face of the mountain, someone who is defending the mountain, fighting for their share, which meant Rigathi Gachagua was being cut off from the national politics. And with the time, Kenyans came to realize that some fallout had started emerging. And I remember opining on this platform that the fallout between Rigathi Gachagua and the president were going to be worse than that of Uhuru Kenyatta and William Ruto after the handshake with Raila Odinga. But I'm surprised by the attacks from Professor Kithure Kindiki, because Professor Kithure Kindiki in this country is considered to be one of the most considerate, most humble cabinet secretaries who was focused on the work. And remember, Rigathi Gachagua is now trying to consolidate the mountain. He's trying to kick William Ruto out of the mountain. In fact, the current debate in the mountain is whether Rigathi Gachagua has successfully managed to kick William Ruto out, or whether Ruto is still at 30 or 40%. So yesterday, Professor Kithure Kindiki made some interesting tweets. Let me just read for you what Professor Kithure Kindiki posted. Because remember, Rigathi Gachagua has been pushing for one man, one vote, one shilling, which is gaining traction in the mountain and spreading like bushfire. And Raila Odinga went ahead and also supported that call. And for me, if you paid very close attention, this is targeting or targeted at none other than the deputy president. Let me just read for you what Professor Kithure Kindiki is saying here. The proponents of the man vote shilling mantra neither understands its implications for Kenya's future, nor do they fathom its long-term impact on the parts of Kenya they purport will benefit from it. The cliche is neither a scientific principle nor is it economic model of any kind. It is a mantra picked from the casual banter and will fall flat when juxtaposed with the constitutional ideals and values upon which our nation is founded. Every part of Kenya is entitled to prosperity, not alone or at the expense of any other part of Kenya, but rather as part of the whole. The destiny and the success of Kenya is inextricably linked to the destiny and the success of each part of Kenya. One nation, one flag, one people. So basically, Professor Kithure Kindiki is saying that the proponents of one man, one vote, one shilling, who is now, because the face now is Rigathi Gachagua, they don't understand the implication. They don't understand the implication. And of course, you also remember that some few days ago, he also made another tweet. Because if you go to Professor Kithure Kindiki's Facebook page and tweet, he's no longer posting what he's doing, but responding to Rigathi Gachagua. He also made this tweet. The mobilization, he also made this tweet. The mobilization and incitement of ethnic community against each other is barbaric, cruel, and dangerous political misadventure that poses grave danger to our country's future. Kenya's ugly past experience with ethnically brewed violence should jolt all of us. Whatever tongue we speak and whichever part of the country we come from, to resist and to name and shame propagators of ethnic hate and the us versus them narrative that nearly destroyed Kenya in December and January of 2007-2008. Basically, that attack is also directed at Rigathi Gachagua because Rigathi Gachagua is trying to consolidate the mountain. Grateful to President Ruto for reminding us in his address to the nation today to eschew ethnic politics as the sure way of shielding ourselves from taking the slippery path of hate that has destroyed many countries. Our common survival, the unity of Kenya, and the security of our homeland supersedes any other loyalties that we may be tempted to pursue. Someone is reminding him that if you want to speak to Rigathi Gachagua, speak to him directly. Don't go through corners or commas. That's so good at responding to him. So the truth of the matter is that Professor Kithure Kindiki is also responding and attacking Rigathi Gachagua. But why would Professor Kithure Kindiki be part and parcel of the team that is attacking the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua? That's exactly what I want us to analyze in this video. But before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, allow me to dive in. But before I dive in, allow me to also take this opportunity to introduce you guys to LemFi. LemFi is a mobile app for users in the UK, Canada, and the United States of America to send money to Kenya at zero fee. They offer the best exchange rates, and the money will be delivered directly into M-Pesa accounts in Kenya, Airtel Money accounts in Kenya, and of course directly into bank accounts. You can download the app using the link in the pinned comment. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to dive in. Why do you think William Ruto has unleashed his team to respond or to attack Rigathi Gachagua, and particularly Professor Kithure Kindiki? Because Professor Kithure Kindiki is considered to be one of the gentlemen of Kenyan politics. For me, number one, I'm reading William Ruto Checkmate strategy. And I've been singing this song to you guys since William Ruto picked Rigathi Gachagua. That immediately William Ruto picked Rigathi Gachagua, his appointments suggested that he was checkmating Rigathi Gachagua. William Ruto appointed Rigathi Gachagua, the deputy president, then appointed Professor Kithure Kindiki as the cabinet secretary for interior. That is one of the most powerful cabinet secretaries. You all remember that when Uhuru Kenyatta appointed Matiang'i and William Ruto was the deputy president, Uhuru Kenyatta then decided to empower Fred Matiang'i to an extent that Matiang'i became so powerful, to an extent that he was now considered the man running the government. If William Ruto wanted today, he can exactly do that. So he decided to checkmate him using Professor Kithure Kindiki. One of the people who have also responded to Rigathi Gachagua is Kimani Ichung'wah, of course the majority leader. Now, as the majority leader, he's the senior most political figure from the mountain, Checkmate. There is also the Moses Kuria, Checkmate for Rigathi Gachagua, so that Rigathi Gachagua cannot yomba. And of course, you also know that Ndindi Nyoro is also being used to checkmate Rigathi Gachagua. So for me, the response or the attacks from Professor Kithure Kindiki is just that part of checkmate. Where ukiongea Rigathi akisema hii, these guys are supposed to take this particular direction. Number two, I think there is still the beef from the 2022 running mate. The truth is, if I were the one making the choice, I would have gone for Professor Kithure Kindiki. I'm 100% sure that even Ruto himself would have gone for Professor Kithure Kindiki. But remember, at that time, William Ruto was desperate. Rigathi Gachagua had threatened that if he's not appointed, he's joining Raila Odinga. And remember, Ruto appointed Rigathi Gachagua because of dealing with the Kenyatta family. So that beef is still there. And that is why Professor Kithure Kindiki is responding to Rigathi Gachagua. Number three, I'm also looking at William Ruto's strategy of keeping the mountain divided. Because Rigathi Gachagua has been calling for the unity of the mountain, which they are now terming as tribalism. You get it? Now, if the mountain is united today, is that good for William Ruto? No. A united Mount Kenya is very bad for William Ruto. So William Ruto is not going to allow the mountain to be united. So Rigathi Gachagua is trying to unite it. William Ruto is unleashing these other guys to stop that unity. Number four, in my view, it's also Rigathi Gachagua's. Number four, there's also sustained efforts to isolate Rigathi Gachagua. Rigathi Gachagua is being isolated in the face of Kenyans. That huyu anataka tu vitu za Wakikuyu. In the Kikuyu nation, it's also being reminded that Kenya is bigger than Kikuyu. You cannot make it alone. And it's also being reminded that, you know, as much as you are talking of one man, one vote, one shilling, it's going to affect the mountain in future more than any other place. And lastly, why Professor Kithure Kindiki has been unleashed, if you ask me, is because William Ruto, just like I was explaining, doesn't want a united Mount Kenya. And because his fear is that the Kikuyu are leaving, William Ruto wants to sustain the Mount Kenya East and West politics, where it's going to try and use people like Professor Kithure Kindiki to tell their Kikuyu counterpart that you guys can go, but us like Embu, Meru, Tarakas, we are not coming. I don't know what to think. That's my take. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny, and it's my hope that you've enjoyed the video. If you watched this video up to this stage, please let me know in the comment section. Bye-bye.